Hello and welcome back to our IVA career mode series in Kerbal Space Program. Today we are going to be launching Obcot Kerman into orbit. Our last manned mission did not end well and we ended up losing Jebediah. However, we have a lot more confidence in this one. Anyway, we are ready for launch. And we have ignition of the solid rocket boosters. Alright, we're going up 200 meters, 300, picking up a lot of speed, 400, 500. Alright, we're flying, and we're coming up on 1,000. There we go, we have 1,000 meters above the ground. We are moving. Yes, these solid rocket boosters get us going really fast, really quickly. But there is a downside to that, which is it makes it really hard to turn because the low atmosphere is really thick, and the atmospheric forces kind of want to hold us perfectly aligned with our velocity vector. So yeah, it's a little bit easier using a Kerbal instead of Mech Jeb because they have SAS built in because they're pilots, whereas Mech Jeb's smart ASS is not really as helpful as SAS as it comes in the actual game. But yeah, we're kind of leaning over here. It gets easier once we kill the solid rock boosters, which are about to go out anyway. There they go. Now it's time to turn on the liquid engine. Alright, see, we are moving a little bit easier, trying to get over towards that 90. We're already at 30 kilometers though. So yeah, this rocket does not have a standard flight path. And yeah, we're just gonna have a basic flight in orbit like we do with all of our payloads and satellites, because this is just the I-5 stage with a capsule on top. Alright, so we're on our way up. Let's go ahead and set a maneuver node, and we're gonna start using smart ASS just to keep it aimed at that node. Just to make our lives a little bit easier, because currently with Obcot's experience, I can't use SAS to make him look at nodes. So let's expand this out and actually circularize. A little bit more, and there we go, roughly. Looks good to me. And we'll basically just keep going on this flight path. We've burned through probably 3/4 of our fuel on the booster stage. So basically we sit here and wait. And engine cut out. Solid rocket boosters, and then the second stage engine. Well, you can't really see it very easily on the vessel viewer, but I only set off 2 of the solid rocket boosters. I have 4. And the reason is, if I get into orbit but don't have any liquid fuel, the hope is that those solid rocket boosters will be enough to deorbit me. Alright, so our aplapse is getting a little bit ahead of us, so I'm going to start aiming down to try to compensate for that. It's going out there. We might want to do a second circularization burn. Yeah, probably. Okay, yeah, it's getting away from us. Let's cut the engine and go ahead and go do that. Alright, so I set up our maneuver node and I'm trying to turn the ship, but it doesn't seem to be working very well. Yeah, the reaction wheels are running. I have electricity. I guess if I didn't, Obcot would be dead. I don't know what's happening here. I guess it's just not powerful enough. Enough. Yeah, okay. Well, let's get some science. That's over Kerbin's water. We get some science out of that. And we're going to store that so we can recover it when we land. I don't think I even put a antenna on this. Let's try again. We're getting closer to land. See if we can actually get, like, the shores. Alright, there we go. Let's get another one. Yep, looks good. Water again. But we still get science. Interesting. Maybe it doesn't register it if you haven't delivered them yet. There we go. We got shores. Grasslands. More grasslands. Grasslands. I guess, yeah, it's not storing any science when I do that. I only have 3 stored, so grasslands, shores, and more grasslands. Yep, grassland, shores, and water. That's all I got. But now we have a problem. I can't circularize our orbit because I can't turn, which means I can't deorbit because I can't turn retrograde. Our periapse is below the atmosphere, but barely, so we'll have to orbit several times. We might run out of electric charge. Yes. The one thing we can do is time warp until we are facing retrograde, because we're aligned with the equator, so at some point we will face retrograde, so we'll just have to deorbit there and not really be able to pick our landing site. Alright, so we're coming around, facing retrograde, and it looks like there we go. Now let's see what the solid rocket boosters do. So they're up in the parachute stage. It's probably not a good idea. Create a new stage, bring them down, click several times. There we go. And that brought our periapse down to, like, where is it? 25, almost exactly 25 kilometers. Alright, well that's definitely going to deorbit us. That's actually really good. They performed better than I thought they would, and we didn't have to use any of our remaining fuel, which we actually had plenty of. Probably could have circularized and come back easily and still had plenty of fuel. But now it's time to re-enter. Alright, we're finally getting a view of the mountains. I managed to get some roll control. Still don't have much pitch. We're actually inside the atmosphere. Not sure if that has anything to do with it, but look, we got some mountains, we got clouds. Just barely dipping into the atmosphere. And look at Kerbal. All of its beauty. We are kind of falling like a lawn dart. If you notice, we're pointing at the ground, basically meaning that this rocket is stable aerodynamically nose down, which is a good thing for a rocket. But we're going to go ahead and detach our capsule now before we get re-entry heat so we don't lose our parachute. Alright, nice view out the window. And we're turning around retrograde. Hopefully we don't run into the rocket stage. We're going to try to set up the camera. Okay, so those cameras... Oh, okay, so this one is camera 1. For some reason I can't switch which camera it is. Interesting. Alright, well you can see the sun there. Let's set up our nav and vessel viewer. You can see I have batteries inside of the capsule. Those are just to keep us alive while we're re-entering. Because, you know, better safe than sorry. I mean, those batteries are already at yellow. Didn't want to risk it with this capsule because when we run out of electricity, Opcot dies instantly. Yeah, so dangerous. Just a little. Alright, so we're coming down into the atmosphere. I think I'm hearing some aerodynamic sounds, I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, there's definitely some, roaring out there. A little bit of flame. Oh, shoot. Something's on fire. Oh. What was it? Oh, okay. It was just the batteries. That's not that bad. I see some flames out the window. So we lost the batteries. Our capsule should keep us alive on the way down. Okay, I'm actually kind of nervous about this re-entry because I have deadly re-entry, which I know the heat shield will save me from that. But I also have better than starting manned, and I think it has its own kind of modeling. I'm not sure, because I think if you just touch the flames of the capsule before you unlock heat shields, you just die. But I'm not sure. So I'm actually legitimately nervous that I'm going to die for some strange reason that I have not predicted. Let's just keep our fingers crossed and do some science. Another crew report. Let's get some valuable data about re-entering. I know chute deployment is unsafe. I can see flames outside my window. Oh, actually we're slowing down. Never mind, there are no flames outside my window. But I'm still not going to pull my parachute. I know I shouldn't pull my parachute yet. Alright, we're going about 80. Or not 80, 800. I'm just going to wait until we slow down. And then chute deployment should become safe at some point. Just keep waiting. Still unsafe. Well, our heat shield got down to yellow on ablative, which actually, I think that's pretty good. I think it didn't even go through half of it then. 300 meters per second. It's safe. I'm going to wait a little bit longer. Just get it pretty slow. Like I said, I'm kind of worried and I want to play it safe. There's us coming down. Apparently we have a low thrust to weight ratio because we have no engines. We also are out of fuel because we have no engines. And Miko because we have no engines. Yeah. Surprised the heat alarm didn't come on. And the parachute is open. Alright, we're coming down towards the water. We're about 200, or no, 250. Now we're about 200. So we're about 10 meters per second coming down. Oh, it tells me right there we're going 11. I was trying to do math in my head. Alright, we're about 50 meters above the water. So 5 seconds to splashdown. And there we go. No splash sounds. We lost our camera, and we lost our heat shield. Capsule's still here. Interesting. But no sound effect. And there we are, floating in the ocean. Well, Avcot Kerman is home. He's home safe. He's in the water. Let's recover Avcot before something strange happens and he dies. And load faster. There we go. Mission summary for Orbiter 1. We got all that science right there. That gives us a 158. We got 120 just from this mission. Next, we recovered like 20%. That's actually pretty good just for a capsule. And we got Avcot back. Yes, look at our reputation. It's in the green. And look at our science. It's way up there. And then look at our money. Jesus. I need to start making this profitable so I can get rid of my hacked money. But, I guess we have to pick what we want to upgrade now. But nothing to produce electricity. But this does have science instruments, so I'm going to go ahead and get it, because then we can advance faster. When are we going to get solar panels? We really need solar panels. Oh, hey, we're got a telescope and the next capsule in the next tier. Well, that's good. Anyway, I'm Con Hathy. Thanks for watching. Bye.